Yelp will now allow people to label your business as racist on their app. This past weekend, Yelp announced they will display a public attention alert if, and I quote, if someone associated with the business was accused of or the target of racist behavior, end quote. This will display as business accused of racist behavior to consumers looking for reviews of the business. So let's read that sentence again. If someone associated with the business was accused of or the target of racist behavior. Accused of. What could go wrong? First of all, before we even get into that, if we're going to play by these rules, can we start with Planned Parenthood? Let's smack a racist label on that business, please. Accepts donations specifically earmarked to abort Black babies. Targets minority women in their own neighborhoods with abortion clinics. Founded by a eugenicist who called certain people undesirables and human weeds, and said she didn't want the word to get out that they were trying to exterminate the Black community. Aborts thousands and thousands of Black babies every year. If that isn't racist, I don't know what is. But somehow I bet Planned Parenthood won't get the racist label from Yelp that they deserve. Instead, who is going to be the target of this asinine new policy at Yelp? What could possibly go wrong with Yelp's new plan to allow users to label businesses as racist based on merely an accusation? Well, let's see. Disgruntled customers could accuse the business of racism as retaliation for, the wrong kind of cheese on a hamburger. Rioters and social justice warriors will mark businesses as racist if the businesses are polite to cops, if the owner is a Trump supporter or a conservative or a Christian. If you are a business owner, this puts a bullseye on your back whenever the 1619 rioters, the Black Lives Matter thugs, or Antifa agitators come to town. Make no mistake, people's livelihoods will be ruined by false accusations. And what's the recourse? There's no way to convince a radical leftist that standing for the national anthem or being proud to be an American isn't racist, or that the American flag isn't a racist symbol. The whole thing is just downright creepy. How is Yelp's new function fundamentally different from the Chinese Communist Party's social credit score, except that is enforced by the government and this by a private business? The idea, though, is the same. If you don't behave the way we think you should behave, you will be punished with a demerit. In China, if you smoke in a non-smoking zone, if you jaywalk instead of crossing the street at a crosswalk, if you post criticism on social media of the Chinese Communist Party, if your family is critical of the Chinese Communist Party, then you can't send your kid to school anymore. You're not allowed to own property. You're denied the ability to buy a plane ticket. You can't get a job. If you don't adhere to the Chinese Communist Party dictates for how they think you should behave as their little minion, then you're ostracized from society. This new policy from Yelp is strikingly similar. Data shows when businesses have negative reviews on Yelp, it drastically damages their business. Conversely, if they have positive Yelp reviews, it increases their business. Now, Yelp will make sure businesses adhere to radical leftist ideology, or else, well, your business might be ruined by a racist warning. Think about this. Think about how Black Lives Matter and Democrats define the term racist. The most prominent quote-unquote anti-racist thought leader in the nation, Ibram X. Kendi, called Amy Coney Barrett a colonist because she adopted 2 Black children from Haiti. Black Lives Matter agitators staged a mass apology where white people knelt in front of them and apologized for being white. The University of California, Berkeley says the phrase, "the most qualified person should get the job." They say that phrase is a racist microaggression. Hillary Clinton said half of the country are a basket of racist deplorables just because they voted for Trump and not for her. Can you imagine if these people have power over your business? They mark you as racist because you refuse to toe the line of radical leftist ideology. And as punishment, they ruin your business. It's bullying, and Yelp is enabling it.